It is early in the morning. We are on the road with our car again in India. We just started to travel from Bhopal in the southeast direction to the Pench National Park, where we want to give it another try to observe tigers in freedom. Early fog like here in March in central India is not unusual because of the large temperature difference between day and night. After a distance of approximately 80 kilometers, we cross the Narmada River, one of the sacred rivers in India, leading water all year round that comes from the north of the Himalayas. Our route runs from Bhopal in a southeast direction. The total distance will be 400 kilometers, whereby the driving time is estimated at about 8 hours. It becomes clear how big this India actually is, and how much real space is still there for the current 1.4 billion Indians and their subsequent generations. After 8 hours of the trip, we reach the access to the Pench National Park. We only drive a few kilometers, so to speak, through the front garden and the protected nature reserve, directly to our accommodation. The Tuli Tiger Corridor Resort is located at the boundary of the Pench National Park within a beautiful natural jungle area. After checking in, it goes through the extensive park of the hotel complex to the bungalows that are widely scattered in the middle of old trees with large bamboo places. The guests who come here are spoilt with all conceivable amenities. In this respect, we did a good job booking this hotel resort, because we want to stay 3 nights. After dinner today, we are more than excited to see what we will experience on our tiger safari tomorrow. Because returning guests from the afternoon safari have reported sighting of tigers. The next morning, we are picked up very early and drive to the entrance of the park, about 5 kilometers away.
Off we go to the safari.
The path to the park literally leads over hills and stones. We are shaken vigorously and are happy when we reach after this pumpy ride the entrance to the tiger reserve. Here we are assigned a tour guide and have to hand in our mobile phones. We are now on our safari. It will be an approximate 20-kilometer long tour through the park. Of course, we hope to really see tigers this time, which unfortunately has always failed in other parks. Wild tigers are not shy in particular, but they camouflage very well, so they can't be spotted easily. But today the prospects seem to be good. because other guests have reported that tigers kept a game right next to the street yesterday and we hope they are still there to eat. Our guide tells my wife Samina that although it is quite mountainous and rather dry here, many other wild animals as antelopes, deers and wild boars can be spotted here too. The national park is in fact very large too, and only 20% of the total area is released for visitors, where a total of 6 tigers, 4 females and 1 male live. Leopards, he says, also exist here, but one rarely see them because they cannot get along with tigers. Some time ago, he said, there was a dominant male tiger here. He was called Handsome, but unfortunately it has disappeared. He assumes this tiger has moved to the other side of the huge park. Now we reach the place where it was reported that tigers killed prey yesterday. And really there is a lazy, seems to me a gorged tiger, back there resting in the dry bed of the stream. The safari participants from the cars that came from the other direction all point excitedly to the hill on our right side. Our guide also says that there is a tiger female with her young ones up there. While my wife Samina calls to have spotted several tigers in the thicket with her free eyes, I can't see anything through the viewfinder of my camera that looks like a tiger. But shortly after a while I do spot a tiger. And to our great luck, one of the tigers comes down the hill and majestically crosses the road just before our eyes. Later I can film a young tiger, but unfortunately he doesn't look in my direction. Another 200 meters away, we can see another lazy tiger who, despite the many cars and people, he does not feel disturbed in his calm. And finally, when we drive past the point where one tiger was the first to get down the hill, we now see 4 tigers laying lazy on the cold sand. We are more than happy that we have seen so many tigers today. On our way back, we come across several Nilgai antelopes. They are the largest antelopes that are located here in India. Nilgai means blue cow, and they are the biggest prey of the tiger. Then we spot a male axis deer. His home is India, but he also occurs in Nepal and in Sri Lanka. Langur monkeys are quite common across India, but often a nuisance in the cities of India. And these peacocks with their magnificent plumage are also home to India. It's not unusual to find them in other forest areas. Even when we leave the national park today, there are still some interesting things to tell. One of the interesting things here is the new motorway which crosses in the middle of the park on a length of almost 40 kilometers, which is mostly built as a bridge so that the animals can safely change from one part of the park to the other, underneath. That was certainly an expensive but generous solution that in the sense of animal welfare illustrates how important to the Indian government is to preserving their wildlife. Incidentally, the Pench National Park covers an area of 760 square kilometers, which corresponds to an area of around 30 by 30 kilometers, where more than 100 tigers currently live in the wild. Then finally, there is the Indian-born English writer, Rudyard Kipling, who was here in Pench, where he once was inspired by the rich wildlife for a special story. That was 130 years ago when he wrote the world's most successful youth book, The Jungle Book. It tells of Mowgli, a boy who grows up with the animals in the jungle.
Oh, now what?
Walt Disney Studios
I'll be
then
right
made the
down.
world-famous cartoon from the story of Kipling in 1967.
Yes. Who is it?
It's me, Shere Khan. I'd like a word with you, if you don't mind.
Shere Khan. What a surprise.
Yes, isn't it?
One could certainly experience something special here every day, but today our safari comes to an end. Whether we will come back or not, our today's encounter with tigers has been an unforgettable, very moving moment, and impressive proof of how the animals in the Indian forests are worth protecting.